the first pick in the 2020 draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow, quarterback, LSU.
With the first overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals selected LSU quarterback and Heisman Trophy winner Joe Burrow. After a promising rookie year which would come to an end abruptly after Burrow tore his ACL, the Bengals would go 10-6 under Burrow. Burrow would win Comeback Player of the Year, along with being the NFL completion percentage leader. He would lead the Bengals all the way to the Super Bowl that year, where they would lose to the LA Rams 23-20. Burrow would play amazing that year, as he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league. To reach the Super Bowl, Joe Burrow had to overcome the LA Raiders, the Tennessee Titans, and of course the Kansas City Chiefs, who were quarterbacked by Patrick Mahomes. In 2022, the Bengals were a playoff contender once again under Joe Burrow. That year, they would go 12-5, with Burrow making his first career Pro Bowl. He would throw for 35 touchdowns and a hair under 4,500 yards. The Bengals would make it all the way back to the AFC Championship game after beating the Baltimore Ravens and Buffalo Bills in the playoffs. However, the Kansas City Chiefs would get the better of Burrow this time around, this time in overtime. In 2023, Joe Burrow would suffer an injury to his throwing hand. This forced him to miss most of the 2023 season, and it forced quarterback Drake Browning into the starting quarterback position for the Cincinnati Bengals. The team would go 9-8 as they missed the playoffs. However, the following season, Joe Burrow would return. He would be an MVP candidate as he led the Bengals to a 9-8 record. He would win the Comeback Player of the Year in the NFL ceremony, and he would once again make another Pro Bowl. However, despite doing everything in his power to carry the Bengals to the playoffs, they would be once again eliminated from the playoffs in the final week of the season. Since arriving in Cincinnati, Joe Burrow has been the show for the organization. He has carried the Bengals to the playoffs twice in his 5-year career with the team, and when he is healthy, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
With the fifth pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, Alabama.
The Miami Dolphins used the 5th overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft on Alabama quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. Since being drafted by the Dolphins, Tua has provided stability at the Dolphins quarterback position, when he is healthy that is. In 2020, the team would go 10-6 behind Tua, with them making it almost to the playoffs, though they would lose out on tiebreaker. In 2021, they would go 9-8, with Tua showing flashes of progression. In 2022, the Dolphins were off to an amazing start. Tua led them to an awesome start at 8-3. However, they would finish the year at 9-8, and while they did qualify for the playoffs, Tua was unable to play in the playoff game due to injury. In 2023, Tua finally had his first healthy season. The Dolphins would go 11-6, with Tua making his first career Pro Bowl and also being the NFL's passing yard leader that season. However, they would go 1-done in the playoffs against the Kansas City Chiefs. And in 2024, Tua would suffer yet again another injury and would miss multiple games. Even though the Dolphins have yet to win a playoff game, Tua has been the franchise quarterback the Dolphins organization has sorely been lacking since the retirement of Dan Marino all the way back in 2000.
With the 6th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Justin Herbert, quarterback, Oregon.
The Chargers used the 6th overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft on Oregon quarterback Justin Herbert. As a rookie with the Chargers, Justin Herbert would lead them to a 6-9 record in games that he started. That year, he would throw for 31 touchdowns and 4,300 yards. He would also win the NFL Rookie of the Year award and look like one of the most promising quarterbacks in the NFL. After a promising rookie season, in 2021, Justin Herbert would make his first career Pro Bowl. That year, he would also lead the Chargers to a 9-8 record. However, in the final week of the season, the Chargers would lose out on tiebreaker on a game-winning field goal to the LA Raiders. Herbert's 2021 season was one of the best seasons by a Chargers quarterback in NFL history. He would throw for over 5,000 yards to go along with 38 touchdowns to 15 picks, and he would come in second in leading the NFL in passing yards, just behind future Hall of Famer Tom Brady. In 2022, Justin Herbert and the Chargers would qualify for the NFL playoffs for the first time since the 2018 season. Herbert would throw for 25 touchdowns to 10 picks, along with throwing for 4,700 yards, and he would lead them to a 10-7 record overall. Herbert's wildcard debut was a complete disaster as the Chargers would blow a 24-point lead over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Herbert would throw for just a single touchdown and complete a little over 58% of his passes. The Chargers and Justin Herbert would go 5-12 during the 2023 season. This was due to the fact that Herbert suffered a season-ending injury late in the year, and the Chargers collapsed as a result. After the Chargers hired head coach Jim Harbaugh from Michigan, Justin Herbert would turn around during the 2024 season. That year, the Chargers would go 11-6 under Herbert, with him throwing 23 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. The Chargers would once again qualify for the playoffs. On wildcard weekend, Justin Herbert would have the worst performance of his career. He would complete less than 50% of his passes to go along with 4 interceptions, a career high, and the Chargers would lose 32-13 to the Houston Texans. Despite the lack of playoff success, Justin Herbert and the Chargers were a pretty good combination. They have had 3 winning seasons in his history as the team's starting quarterback, and they have also made the playoffs twice. I expect Herbert to make multiple Pro Bowls in his career, and I expect him to one day eventually win a playoff game.
The Green Bay Packers select Jordan Love, quarterback, Utah State.
The Green Bay Packers used the 26th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft on Utah State quarterback Jordan Love. Love spent the first 3 years of his NFL career learning behind future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers. When Rodgers was traded to the Jets in 2023, the team handed over the keys to the offense to Love. In his first season as the Packers' starting quarterback, Jordan Love would lead the Packers to a 9-8 record, and they would qualify as the final wildcard spot in the 2023 NFL playoffs. Love would finish the 2023 season throwing for 4,100 yards to 33 touchdowns to 11 picks. In the playoffs, he would face the Dallas Cowboys and would have the best game of his career. He would throw for 272 yards to go along with 3 touchdowns and a near-perfect quarterback rating. In the next round of the playoffs, Jordan Love and the Packers would lose to the San Francisco 49ers. In 2024, despite suffering an injury earlier in the season, Jordan Love and the Packers would once again qualify for the playoffs. This time the Packers would win 11 games, but this time they had to go on the road in the wild card round to face the Philadelphia Eagles. Against the Eagles, Jordan Love would have 3 turnovers and the Packers would lose the game. Since being handed over the keys of the offense to Jordan Love, the Packers have been in great hands with Love. He's been one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the NFL, and he's been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I expect him to eventually win another playoff game and hopefully even make a Super Bowl one day.
In the 2021 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence, quarterback, Clemson.
The Jacksonville Jaguars used the first overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft on Clemson quarterback Trevor Lawrence. I previously went over Trevor Lawrence's career in the video What Happened to Every Single Heisman Trophy Runner-Up, but I will do a quick summary of his NFL career. After a terrible rookie season where Trevor Lawrence was stuck with Urban Meyer as his head coach, his sophomore campaign they would make the playoffs with a 9-8 record along with winning a playoff game. However, the next 2 years Lawrence would struggle. He would deal with injuries in both 2023 and 2024, and the Jaguars would earn a top 5 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. Despite his lack of playoff success, Trevor Lawrence has still had an overall successful NFL career. At one point, he was the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, and while I do believe he has had a slow start to his career, I believe he will slowly start to pick it up.
With the second pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Zach Wilson, quarterback, BYU.
The Jets used the second overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft on BYU quarterback Zach Wilson. Wilson's time in New York was a complete disaster. He struggled to learn the Jets' playbook and had problems with his teammates off the field, and multiple times throughout games he would turn the ball over in key situations. After his time in New York would come to an end in the 2024 offseason, Wilson would sign a 1-year contract with the Denver Broncos. He would later be signed to another 1-year contract with the Miami Dolphins, which is where he is as of this video.
The third pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Trey Lance, quarterback, North Dakota State.
The San Francisco 49ers used the third overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft on North Dakota State quarterback Trey Lance. For Lance, during his rookie year, he was the backup quarterback to Jimmy Garoppolo. In year 2, he was given a chance to be the starting quarterback, however he suffered an injury and he would miss the entire season. After that, the 49ers pretty much gave up on him. They would send him to Dallas in exchange for a 4th-round pick. Lance's time in Dallas would last 2 seasons. He would start 1 game at the end of the 2024 season before signing a 1-year contract with the LA Chargers.
With the 11th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the My Chicago Bears select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
The Chicago Bears used the 11th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft on Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields. As a member of the Bears, Fields would lead the Bears to 0 winning seasons. However, all on the field, Fields was one of the most athletic players in the NFL. He would rush for 1,000 yards during the 2022 season and became one of the most promising quarterbacks for the Bears. However, the Bears' best record was a 7-10 record, and he would be traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for a Day 3 draft pick. Fields would go 4-0 as the Steelers' starting quarterback to start out the 2024 season. However, he would be benched in the middle of the year for quarterback Russell Wilson, and he would never start another game again. This past offseason, Fields will sign a 2-year contract with the New York Jets to potentially be the team's franchise quarterback.
With the 15th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the 6-time world champion New England Patriots, the New England Patriots select Jayden Daniels, quarterback, Penix Jr.
The Chicago Bears used the 7th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft on North Dakota State quarterback Trey Lance. The Chicago Bears used the 7th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft on Ohio State quarterback Trey Lance. For Lance, during his rookie year, he was the backup quarterback to Jimmy Garoppolo. In year 2, he was given a chance to be the starting quarterback. However, he suffered an injury and he would miss the entire season. After that, the 49ers pretty much gave up on him. They would send him to Dallas in exchange for a 4th-round pick. Lance's time in Dallas would last 2 seasons. He would start 1 game at the end of the 2024 season before signing a 1-year contract with the LA Chargers.
The
select Mac Jones.
The New England Patriots used the 15th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft on Alabama quarterback Mac Jones. As a rookie, Mac Jones would lead the Patriots back to the playoffs for the first time since the 2019 season. Jones that year would go 10-7 as his team's starting quarterback, and he would lose in the wildcard round to the Buffalo Bills and quarterback Josh Allen. Jones that year would make his first and only career Pro Bowl as of this date, and would also be a finalist for the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year award. Despite a successful rookie campaign, Mac Jones was never really able to recapture that same magic from his rookie campaign. Jones would struggle over the next 2 years and would eventually find his way traded to Jacksonville for just a 6th-round draft pick. Jones would spend one forgettable season in Jacksonville as the backup behind Trevor Lawrence before finding his way to the San Francisco 49ers on a 1-year contract.
The Pittsburgh Steelers select Kenny Pickett.
Okay.
Quarterback, Pittsburgh.
The Pittsburgh Steelers used the 20th overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft on Pitt quarterback Kenny Pickett. After a promising rookie season where Pickett would lead the Steelers to a 7-5 record as the team's starting quarterback, Pickett would stall out in his sophomore campaign. He would be benched in the middle of the season for quarterback Mason Rudolph after he suffered an injury, and he would be traded away to the Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for a 3rd-round pick. After being traded away to Philadelphia, Pickett would be the backup quarterback behind Jalen Hurts. That year he would start 2 games with him actually showing flashes as he would beat the Dallas Cowboys in a blowout fashion to clinch the NFC East title. That year the Eagles would make it all the way to the Super Bowl with Kenny Pickett actually seeing snaps at the end of the game. After the season, the Eagles would once again trade Kenny Pickett, this time to the Cleveland Browns in exchange for a Day 3 draft pick.
With the first pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Bryce Young, quarterback, Alabama.
The Carolina Panthers used the 1st overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft on Alabama quarterback Bryce Young. As a rookie quarterback with a terrible offensive line, Bryce Young would struggle during his rookie season. He would go 2-15 with the Panthers as the team's starting quarterback. Young's rookie numbers look like one of the worst in recent memory for a 1st overall pick. He would throw for 2,800 yards along with 11 touchdowns to 10 picks. The following year, Bryce Young would be benched in the middle of the season for quarterback Andy Dalton. However, later in the year, Bryce Young would somewhat revive his career. He would finish the season throwing for 15 touchdowns and 9 picks, and the Panthers would finish the year with a 5-12 record. Going into the 2025 season, this is a make-or-break season for Bryce Young. If he has an awful year and struggles as a team's starting quarterback, it is likely the Panthers will move on from him in the stacked quarterback class of the 2026 NFL Draft. However, if Young has an amazing career, it is likely that he has become the franchise starter for the Carolina Panthers.
With the 2nd pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select C.J. Stroud, quarterback, Ohio State.
The Houston Texans used the 2nd overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft on Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud. As a rookie quarterback, C.J. Stroud would perform over expectations. He would lead the Texans to their first playoff appearance for the first time since the 2019 season. He would throw for 23 touchdowns to 5 interceptions while going 9-6 as the team's starting quarterback. He would make the Pro Bowl while taking home Offensive Rookie of the Year honors. In his playoff debut, Stroud would have an amazing game. He would throw for 3 touchdowns, go along with 274 yards while having a near-perfect quarterback rating. The Browns would lose to the Texans in blowout fashion, and they would go on to the divisional round to face the Baltimore Ravens. The Texans would ultimately lose to Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, but despite that, momentum would be carried into the offseason as the team had hope for the first time in several years. Despite all the hype and optimism going into the 2024 season, the Texans to a certain extent would underperform. CJ would throw for 20 touchdowns to 12 picks while looking like a slightly worse quarterback than the year before. The Texans still, though, did go 10-7 as the team would clinch the AFC South for the 2nd straight season and would once again qualify for the playoffs. In the wildcard round against the LA Chargers and quarterback Justin Herbert, Stroud would have a decent game. He would throw for 1 touchdown and 1 interception, and they would blow out the Chargers 32-13. The following week against the Kansas City Chiefs, they would lose in controversial fashion, ending their playoff run once again. Going into the 2025 season, C.J. Stroud has cemented himself as the Texans' future franchise quarterback. While they have made the playoffs 2 straight years, they are expected to compete once again for the AFC South title and maybe even a Super Bowl.
With the 4th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Anthony Richardson, quarterback, Florida.
The Indianapolis Colts used the 4th overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft on Florida quarterback Anthony Richardson. The Colts named Richardson their starting quarterback going into the 2023 season. However, a season-ending injury in the middle of the season would cost Richardson his rookie year. The following year when Richardson returned, he struggled consistently as the team's starting quarterback. One week he would have an amazing performance while making throws that would wow you as a person, then the next week he would struggle to throw the ball even over 50%. Going into the 2025 season, Anthony Richardson is currently engrossed in a quarterback battle with former third overall pick Daniel Jones. While this quarterback battle has been going on, Richardson has been dealing with a shoulder injury which has cost him most of his training camp. While he has not officially recovered from it, it is likely he will be back in time for the preseason in order to compete with Daniel Jones for the quarterback position.
2024 NFL Draft. The Chicago Bears select Caleb Williams, quarterback, Southern California.
With the first overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears used the pick on Caleb Williams out of USC. Williams' rookie campaign for the Chicago Bears had its ups and downs. His ups included leading the Bears to a 4-2 start. However, the Bears would collapse and finish the season at 5-12. Though their final win would appear over the rival Green Bay Packers, Williams did show flashes that year. He would throw for 20 touchdowns and 6 picks, go along with 3,500 yards. His touchdown passes were the most by a Bears quarterback since Mitch Trubisky all the way back in 2018. Despite the Bears finishing with a 5-12 record, while Williams did show flashes, most of his issues weren't on him, but rather the coaching staff. The coaching staff that year got fired in the middle of the year, and Williams never really had a fair chance. Now going into 2025 with offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions, Ben Johnson, Williams has a bright future in the NFL.
With the second pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Jayden Daniels, quarterback, LSU.
The Washington Commanders used the second overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft on LSU quarterback Jayden Daniels. As a rookie quarterback, Jayden Daniels had one of the greatest regular seasons by a single rookie quarterback in NFL history. He would throw for 25 touchdowns and 6 picks while leading Washington to a 12-5 record. This was the most wins by a Washington team since the 1991 season. Daniels would take home NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year for the 2024 season, along with making his first career Pro Bowl. His touchdown passes, which ranked 25, were the most by a Washington quarterback since Kirk Cousins threw for 28 all the way back in 2017. In Daniels' playoff debut against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he would throw for 2 touchdowns while throwing for 268 yards. He would have a perfect quarterback rating of over 110, and he would lead them to a 23-20 victory. It was their first playoff win in franchise history since the 2005 season when quarterback Mark Brunell was the starting quarterback of Washington. The following week on the road against the Detroit Lions, who were the #1 seed in the conference that year, he would upset the Detroit Lions in amazing fashion. He would throw for 2 more touchdowns and close to 300 yards in an upset victory. The following week, however, they would lose to the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship game. This was the first time a rookie had played in the conference championship game since quarterback Mark Sanchez all the way back in 2009. As of making this video, Washington is expected to compete for another NFC Championship title. They are expected to compete with the Philadelphia Eagles and the top teams in the NFC for a potential Super Bowl appearance in 2025.
With the third pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Drake Maye, quarterback, North Carolina.
The New England Patriots used the third overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft on North Carolina quarterback Drake Maye. After beginning the year on the bench behind veteran quarterback Jacoby Brissett, Drake Maye would begin to show flashes in multiple games that he started. He would throw for 15 touchdowns to 10 picks, for throwing for a hair over 2,200 yards. He would make his first career Pro Bowl as a Pro Bowl alternate, and he had one of the most amazing touchdown passes of the season that year. Going into the 2025 season, Drake Maye is expected to build off his rookie campaign. With the Patriots upgrading the weapons he has at his disposal, it is likely the Patriots will show massive improvement in the 2025 season.
In the 2024 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Michael Penix Jr.
The Atlanta Falcons used the 8th overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft on Washington quarterback Michael Penix Jr. After spending most of his rookie year on the bench behind veteran quarterback Kirk Cousins, Penix Jr. would start the final 3 games of the season. He would go 1-2 as the team's starting quarterback while showing flashes of the potential future at Atlanta's quarterback position. He would throw 3 touchdowns and 3 picks and would ultimately lose 2 of his 3 starts. As of making this video, Michael Penix Jr. is expected to be the starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons going into the 2025 season.
With the 10th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select
J.J. McCarthy,
quarterback, Michigan.
The Minnesota Vikings used the 10th overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft on Michigan quarterback J.J. McCarthy. McCarthy's rookie season in 2024 was derailed by a season-ending knee injury. As of making this video, McCarthy has recovered from that knee injury, and he is expected to be the Vikings starting quarterback going into the 2025 season.
With the 12th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Bo Nix.
There it is.
Quarterback, Oregon.
The Denver Broncos used the 12th overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft on Oregon quarterback Bo Nix. As the starting quarterback for the Broncos, Bo would lead the Broncos to a 10-7 record, along with making the playoffs for the first time since the 2015 season when Peyton Manning was the team's starting quarterback. He would throw for 29 touchdowns and 12 picks, were throwing for 3,700 yards, and he was the best rookie quarterback the Broncos had ever had in their franchise's history. Despite being blown out in his playoff debut by the Buffalo Bills, Bo provided hope for the Denver Broncos fanbase. He ended a 10-plus year playoff drought, and he has the Denver Broncos in projection to be a potential playoff team for the foreseeable future.
In the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
With the first overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans selected Miami quarterback Cam Ward. Ward has become the fifth quarterback taken in the first round since the Tennessee Titans became to be. The three quarterbacks who have been taken in the first round by the Titans include the legendary Steve McNair all the way back in 1995 when they were the Oilers, quarterback Vince Young in 2006 who would go on to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jake Locker, and of course Marcus Mariota who would go on to have a wild-card comeback and 3 winning seasons for the team. To end this part, I'm going to make a quick prediction on Cam Ward's season for his rookie year. I do believe Ward will have success as a rookie quarterback. I think he'll win 7 or 8 starts. I don't think the Titans will make the playoffs. It'll take a miracle. I still think they need more time to build up this roster, but I believe Cam Ward is going to have success in Tennessee.
With the 25th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Jackson Dart, quarterback, Mississippi.
The New York Giants used the 25th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft on Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart. I fully believe that the New York Giants have finally found their franchise successor to Eli Manning that they have been lacking ever since his 2019 retirement. I don't think Dart will start right away during his rookie season, if at all. I believe he'll be rested similar to how Eli Manning was rested for most of his rookie season, all the way back in 2004. Before this video ends, I just want to say thank you so much for watching these videos along with all the other ones. I have a few more projects that will be coming out over the next few weeks. I do apologize for the inconsistent upload schedule as I have been having issues with finding time to work on videos. I do think the editing software I'm using is very effective, and I will say I will give you an update when I am close to other videos being released. And as I end all my other videos, I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I hope you all stay cool.